Alright, I think I should probably get on with it. We've waited long enough. Welcome in, everyone. Let's see if I can fix this a little bit. Oops. Let's not move that. YouTube chat needs to be a bit over there. There we go. Okay. Alright, well, welcome in, everyone. Today we are going to work on Let's Draw Fantasy. But before we do, can I just get a sound check just to make sure that you guys can hear me and hear the music? Chuck a 3 in the chat if everything is good. Sounds good. Cool. The mushroom. You mean this guy? Yeah, he was fun. I hope it's not blurry. It could be. Could be me, could be you. How's the video quality for everyone else? Just wait for a few more peeps to jump in. Looks good, cool, excellent. I've been doing okay. Been super busy. I did a stream yesterday and a few days ago on Twitch, actually, so I apologize if you guys missed that. I do recommend jumping over to my Twitch channel and giving me a follow on there, because sometimes I just feel like streaming on Twitch. So it is twitch.tv/ableart. I think there's probably a couple of recordings on there if you want to check out what I did. But yeah. Awesome, Anna. Are you streaming on Twitch? Yeah, like I'm still a little bit indecisive on which platform I want to use, because, you know, YouTube, I've got lots of subscribers, which is awesome, but Twitch is a bit more in its infancy, so the streams are, you know, around like 10 to 20 people at a time. But there's a good community there. There's like a whole category for art and creative streams, so it's pretty cool if you want to browse around and watch people make stuff. And I don't think YouTube really has a category section for live streams. I don't know, I haven't seen it. Yeah, I'm just getting started with Twitch. I've had it for a while, but I haven't really delved into it too much. Alright, hope everyone's doing well. Makeup and hair would definitely be Twitch worthy. I think you should do that. There would 100%. There would be people out there who would want to watch that. Tammy asks, random question, do you watch anime? Not really. I would say not really, but I'm not against it. I just don't find things that I'm super duper interested in. I would like to. Yeah, Twitch has a category for everything. There's everything on there. Artsy Design says, do you recommend your brush set for comic book inking? I don't see why not. There's quite a few ink brushes in there. It's mostly ink brushes, I think. You've got Abel ink, rough ink, sloppy ink, dry brush pen. Yeah. Anyway. Let's get rid of that music. Oh, thanks so much, Poetry. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to doing more brushes too, but they're not ready yet. Alright, so let's kind of fill you in on where I'm at with this. The time for me is 12:30 p.m, so midday. Alright. So I started this fantasy prompt list around about March last year, and I got about 13 through 30. They're not all here for some reason, so that's a bit of a problem. But basically, I was doing each character and plopping them in to make one big piece. And it's been a while, but I want to kind of get back into it to finish it. So the previous stream I did on Twitch a couple of days ago, I wanted to jump back in here and kind of just figure out the whole piece, because it's a mess, and like I've explained a few times before, I was really not thinking of the bigger picture too much. I had a really rough sketch, but it was really, really rough. And I was focusing on just each prompt and each character at once, and it's made it a little bit tricky to piece it together. I think there's, sometimes there's too much clarity in the smaller things because it wasn't ideal. So basically, I've still got quite a few prompts to go. I figured now's my chance to try and make this work a bit better. So what we did in the other stream is this, and it's still a bit messy, but there's some planning going on here, which is good. Maybe we can just do a time-lapse replay and show you what went down. Okay, skip to about here. There we go. Chaotic Eclipse says I would make the characters, and then when they're all together I would do the lighting, but that might not be a very good tactic. That is a good tactic, actually. I'm going to have to do a lot of adjustments to make them all work together. I've sort of done a filter over all the characters just to blend them in, but I'm going to go back over and figure it out properly. So it's more just a placeholder at the moment. So in the stream we were just trying to go through the prompt list and figure out where am I going to place all these characters, because there is a lot of them. There's 30 characters in all, and I think we managed to get them all in the end. So we'll just speed up a little bit here. We have I think this guy was a halfling picking berries. I was pretty excited about him because I figured I could just chuck him on this giant tree elemental picking berries off of him. That made me chuckle. And up here, the last prompt in the list was a bubble dragon. And I remember when I wrote that, I pictured a really small dragon. But once I got to this stage, I thought it would be really cool to just put a big dragon in the background. So that's what I went for. And yeah, just tying the whole piece together. Now, there's a lot of comments and questions coming in here, so I apologise if I don't get to them. I don't use any anatomy books, so I can't recommend you any, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, worlds inside the bubbles, that could be cool. Yeah, I've just worked on my anatomy by myself through the years. Maybe not the best way, but I haven't really... I don't... If anybody knows really, really good books for anatomy, please post in the chat, because I'm sure we'd all like to know. Alright, so basically I need to figure out where I'm going to take this from here. So I've just made a new document, and where's my pen? Oh, you fixed the blurriness. Very good, Chaotic. Just practice. You've got two hands in front of you, so take a photo of your hand, draw it. That's the best way to get better at hands, is just to draw hands. Don't hide them. Okay. I think the problem is I don't know how I'm going to tackle this. The file is huge, and it limits the layers that I can use. Well, it's not huge, but it's big for the iPad, which is giving me a maximum of 10 layers, which is going to make this fairly somewhat difficult. But I want to refuse. I don't want to do every character individually anymore. I think that's a bad idea. I want to just work on this and get it done. So I'm going to try and stay in this document and use 10 layers. And I think that might mean just keeping it all together. I don't know what I'm talking about. I do, but I don't know how to express it. For example, like when I get to the inking stage, I'll probably ink everything on one layer rather than each character separate, because I've got to conserve layers here. So yeah, so I haven't really decided which part I'm going to work on, but I think I might start with this guy. But what I really do need to know is, what is it going to look like if I start inking in this document? Is it going to be high enough quality? Let's just try it out here, see how I feel. This is just practice here. I'm not taking this too seriously. I think that's going to be fine. We can also click this shortcut here and click actual size. So then I can see kind of what 100% zoom is. I think that's alright. I do intend on printing this, but I don't think I'm going to make massive prints. I think A3 probably should be okay for this quality. It begs the question, should I just start inking instead of refining? I don't know. I was going to refine. Alright. Now that I've sorted that out, we can get moving. Francois Simard says, what is the game/book these illustrations are for? It's just artwork. It's not for anything in particular. It was a prompt list that I made last year. Ugh. You'll have to excuse my iPad, it's being really problematic lately. Tammy, I've made a few copies of it already, so we're good. And O'Shea, welcome in. Good to see you here. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Any good questions here? Crazy Monkey says, "Hi Martin, I have a question. How were your drawings when you started drawing?" They were terrible, in my opinion. It was probably okay for my age, but yeah, I definitely struggled with anatomy in my teenage years. I was probably looking at too many comic books and not focusing on drawing properly, I would say. So I think this prompt is an angry giant. I'm just going to just double check that. Where is my prompt list? So this is number 15, Angry Giant. So I think this is okay, but I wouldn't mind trying to make him a bit more interesting as we go along. So this is one of the new brushes I've created as well, which will be in the new brush set. These are the brushes that I have at the moment. So I've got 6 on the go. I mean, I'm fairly happy with them, but that's not enough for a brush set, so that's why I'm holding out. Crazy Monkey has another question about the type of music I listen to. I have a playlist on Spotify. Maybe I'll try and link it somewhere. I listen to all sorts of stuff. And from games, movies, things like that really gets me in the vibe to knuckle down and make something cool. But for this stream, I'm just using free stuff, so this wouldn't be my ideal music, but it's kind of chill. Camilla, yes, this is an iPad Pro. I also should have a... Oh no, I'm not on Twitch. I was just thinking, I put some effort into my Twitch profile the other day, and there's a bit of a little facts section about what I use. You like my 70s porno music? Excellent. Thanks, Anna. I did have a bit of a fantasy playlist, but it got a bit repetitive, so... get his tongue in here. And a bit of spit coming out, maybe. I'm gonna fill this in. Oops. I don't really know what kind of giant this guy is, but yeah, we're just going to make it up as we go along, I think. Give him some little bumps and stuff. Okay, he's not looking too bad. I'm okay with that. Marie Peril Streep, thank you so much. I'm glad you like the brush set. I'm glad it was the one I went for when I started using Procreate. I'm looking forward to this new set. Awesome, thank you. Paper World, yeah, maybe. Oh, appreciate that. I'm glad it kept you drawing. Yeah, times were tough when I started this prompt list. It was quite early on in the situation we're all dealing with. Definitely kept me busy too, which I really enjoyed. I wish I could have kept going with it, but that's life, isn't it? All right. Might just put this down a bit. There we go. So what's happening is the tree elemental is wrapping vines around his neck, and I guess I'm gonna have to draw them now too. That's one of the good things about drawing everything together, is I can make them much more interactive, because previously they kind of weren't. Some of the prompts had multiple characters in them, like this storyteller. He had all of these in there actually. There's quite a lot of characters in that one. But for the most part, like, they're not really, I don't know, they could be interacting a little bit more, so now I get the chance to do that, which is good. Yeah, feel free to, if you have questions, put an @ symbol before my username, I think, and that should highlight your comment and I can read it more clearly. Probably shouldn't try and make the sketching too perfect here, because I'm going to ink over it anyway. I just need to make it a little bit more clear and readable than it was. I really like this brush though because you can do a lot of really nice shading with it. Which I'm not really going to do now, but yeah, it's just very smooth. Anna, you started painting again. That's cool. Yeah, using a creative outlet during these times definitely helps. Takes your mind off stuff. But I think in this stream we'll try and get this giant done. Maybe inked and coloured. We'll see how we go. If you guys have any suggestions for this giant, please chuck them in the comments, because you know we can work on this together. It's not set in stone here at all. If you've got an idea that you think would make this guy look heaps more interesting, chuck it to me. Let's do it. I haven't really put too much thought into him, so open to suggestions. Anna asks, what kind of scanner do you use to bring your work from page to screen? I just use the scanner that's on my printer. I have an Epson Workforce 7610. It's an A3 printer with an A3 scanner. It's the first A3 scanner I've ever had, so it's pretty cool, but ironically I don't draw that big anymore, so but if I did, I could scan it in one piece, which is pretty sweet. It scans okay. Yeah. A scar on the chest, that's a good idea. I like that. I can dig that. Let's draw this hand. I think he needs some fingernails here, too. Yeah, cracked fingernails. Scratches and bruises on his hands from fighting. I think that could come into the colour section rather than this part, but... Yeah, sorry if I get a little bit quiet. You guys know what I'm like. I get into the zone. Paper World says, I love how all the characters blend in well together with the sepia light colours. Last time I saw your stream, they all had more distinct colours. It was nice, but works very well. Yeah, that's why I changed it, because it's probably not going to be staying like this, but they just were all over the place. In fact, I'll show you how ridiculous it looked. Maybe it's in this one. Let's have a look here. Yeah. Not quite that one. Let's go back again. Maybe it was this one. It is so bright. It's ridiculous. Turn that off, turn that off. Yeah, it was all over the place. But like I said, I did all the characters separately, so it just, I don't know. I guess the more you look at it, the more you adjust, but I felt like it was just too colourful and needed to be tied together, so. What is he reaching? Almost looks like he's going to squeeze a tiny pixie buzzing around his head. He's kind of like reaching to fight the tree elemental, and the tree elemental is kind of moved out of the way. That's kind of what I was going for. I could probably change his hand to a fist. That might work better. Like he's gone to take a swing and missed. Alright, so a bit of that is actually going to be underneath this guy here. Whoops. This guy here is going to be a druid performing a ritual. So that's going to be okay. Maybe we can get rid of that bit. It's not necessary. The stream should be uploaded later, so if you need to go and do other things, you should be able to catch it later on. Crazy Monkey says, maybe when colouring him, give him sort of a mountain sort of skin, like his skin is made of rock or something. That's not too bad of an idea. I wouldn't want to do him too rocky, because over here, very badly drawn, and I might actually redraw him. We have a rock elemental. He's actually holding his head up here, his arm comes down here, and his body is here. I don't really like him at all, so I'm probably going to redraw that, but he's a character solidly made of rock, so... Artsy Designs, yes, I am using OBS. Nerd on the Rocks, nice to see you. Take care. Matthew says something about the pixie. Yeah, there is going to be a fairy in a mug of ale, and I haven't fully decided where he's going to go, but I'm thinking it might be... I don't know, I put him on the rock elemental here, the earth elemental, but it doesn't really suit, so I might put it somewhere else. That's so cool when two people in chat know each other. That's awesome. Going to give him some sort of clothing. Kind of raggedy, I think. A belt made out of just rope or something. Yeah, I think he's looking pretty cool. What do you guys think so far? I might need to do a bit of adjusting with his anatomy. something like that. Good night, Luth. Is that how you say your name? Luth Poof. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks, Lav. What is my favourite show? I've got a lot of favourite shows, but the show that I go back to the most is probably Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm on my probably like 10th rewatch of the show at the moment, which has been getting me through. It got me through a lot of last year. Always makes me laugh, that show, so always keen for a rewatch. Yeah, I'm on the last season now, so which I'm not really too keen on the last season. Now that I'm watching it again, I'm like, yeah. Does anyone else watch Buffy? Yeah. Paper World says, Abel, did you help fund the Sketchboard Pro stand for the iPad? I am waiting for mine to be delivered. Finally, looks to be a game changer. No, I didn't know they had a Kickstarter or anything. I think there's a couple of artists that I follow who are like sponsored by them that, you know, got like a free thing and they're using it and promoting it, and it looks cool. I haven't really looked into it too much though. Is it a stand or just a board? Because I definitely need a stand. But yeah, I would love to get one to try it out. That would be awesome. Angel's cool too. I'm definitely overdue for an Angel rewatch. I think I've only seen Angel all the way through maybe once when it was on TV. So I need to do that again. I really enjoyed that too. Yeah, see, that's the problem with the Sketchboard Pro is you won't have a case. So it's a matter of just taking it out, putting in the case, I suppose. I'm pretty happy with what I'm using right now. I don't know if I'll be able to show you very well, but oh gosh, you can't see because it's black and white. But I've forgotten what it's called. If you go on Twitch, I wrote it in my FAQ. But yeah, it's got it's a good case. It's got like a little slot for your pen in the back. I'm not showing this very well at all. Let's pop that down there. It's got a variety of different levels that you can just plop it in like that. And yeah, best thing I ever bought was this thing for the iPad. Let's just pop this back over here. Anna Wood says, any show that has a crossover, I have to watch both shows to know what is going on. Yeah, Buffy and Angel do crossover quite a few times. It's a little bit confusing, but it's kind of cool when shows do that. Other shows I'm keen to rewatch are True Blood. If anyone's into True Blood, I really loved that show, and I'm keen to watch that again. Another show that is one of my favorites. This could be a bit divisive, this one. It's called Lost. And everybody loved to hate it. But I loved it. I watched it all the way through. Supernatural's another one. Yeah, I dig Supernatural, but I kind of fell off the wagon around like season 4 or 5 or something, and like there's a lot to catch up with. So I kind of haven't got into that again. Stargate, I kind of lost the ball on that one too. Loved the original series. Yeah, True Blood went a little bit weird. but man, it was good. First like 3 seasons of that was fantastic. Do I like horror? I guess so. Yeah, I'm not against horror. The Office? No, I haven't really seen it. I don't do too many comedies. Like, yeah. What else? Breaking Bad. I should watch that again at some point. Sherlock. Oh my goodness, I think I watched it. It's been a while. Killing Eve? I haven't seen that. What was I going to say? There was another show. Oh, Dexter. Dexter's where it's at. I freaking loved that show. Apparently they're going to make more as well, which is pretty exciting. Oh, and Walking Dead. Except I have a love-hate relationship with The Walking Dead. It's gone really stupid. What was I drawing here? I can't really make it out. Oh. Oh my god. I don't know if you can see this, but this here is supposed to be a dude holding a potion. And I've interpreted that as part of his belt. Good work right there. Oh well. In case you're wondering, I'm also not going to be drawing underneath. I might do a little bit actually, just to be safe, because I might want to move it around somewhat. So let's just kind of rough it in here a bit. It's much easier to see actually if I get rid of all that. I don't know where his leg's going, but probably should be quite extended back that way. Anyway, you're not going to see that, so it doesn't matter, but just so I had a little bit of extra room. I'm probably not going to even do that, to be honest. That's just too much. There's no point. Or is there? Let's have a look. No, he's pretty much all covered except for this bit here. Oops. It might be good to keep that going. Alright, I think he's not looking too bad. This part is kind of bothering me a little bit because it's a bad juxtaposition. So we'll just edit that a little bit. Oh, that's right, there was supposed to be another vine going over here, wrapping around. Should we do more vines? What do you think? Let's just have a look here. Do it really rough. We could do another one here, maybe. Could do another one there. Just so they're really intermingling. Okay, and don't forget, if you've got a really, a question that you want me to actually see, don't forget to put the @ and then my username, because it will be highlighted for me. Orphan Black. I don't think I really got into that. That was something my ex-partner was watching. A Haunting of Bly Manor and Haunting of Hill. I need to get back into that. I did start watching it. Bubble, how do I use the iPad screen on the stream? You just connect it to your iMac and open QuickTime, and you can stream it that way. More vines. Everyone wants more vines? Sweet. There also is the super chat option. That's true. Unfortunately, I'm out of coffee. Very sad times. Maybe we'll need a coffee break soon. Alright, let's do this. Just gonna have to erase some of this and pencil in the new vine. We should have some leaves happening in here. I appreciate anyone who can answer the questions if I miss them as well. Derek says, I got Beginner's Guide to Fantasy Drawing, loving it and wondering how much of a part of it were you, because I really like your art style. It was pretty much just a client job, a commission job that came through. So I didn't really have a lot to do with what was involved in the book or anything like that. So just got a brief of what to draw and had to write some text for it too. But essentially they gave me a list of everything that they wanted to be included in my little section. And I got to draw the cover, which was I was really, really excited that I got to do the cover. Hopefully it came out okay. Maybe a berry or two, says Matthew. Yeah, some more berries. That would be good to be a bit more consistent, because we are going to have berries over here. Alright, I think we're good. Oh wait. My bad. I don't want to make this too complicated actually, because we have Druid dude who's going to go there. Yeah, I think we're ready to ink this guy. Get rid of that. Rename this layer. Oh, hold on. I actually really don't enjoy using the. Well, you can. Oh my goodness, I can't do it. Yeah, the iPad brought in a new feature where you can actually scribble on the screen and type using the pencil, but it just feels too clunky and I hate using it. So to get the keyboard up, I have to put my pencil on the top and then go to rename and do it manually like this. Pencil refine. Rough sketch. We have an extra layer here. I don't think we need it. No, we don't need that one. Okay. He probably could be standing on the same level as them, but whatever. Abby says, do you ever go through an artist block? If so, how do you push through it? I get asked this question quite a fair bit, and that's not a bad, it's a good question. It is. Because it happens to all of us. It happens to me a lot. You know, I go in, my mood in the last year, and even this year still, is not great. I do spiral a little bit and just can't be bothered drawing. I just don't know what to draw, and you know, it happens. So the best thing is to draw. It sounds silly, but like, just do anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. I think sometimes for me it's easier if I can't think of anything that I want to do. I'll just grab one of my sketchbooks, one of my printed books. Wanderings is a good one. Pick that up. It's got a whole bunch of different characters I've drawn in the past, and I'll just pick something and I'll redraw it. And while it's not the most original thing, it's not particularly like new, it still gets you drawing, and once you've drawn something you feel so much better. That's how I work anyway. It's just about doing something. Like, it doesn't even have to be good. Just do something. Paper World, good night, thanks for coming in, really appreciate it. Logan says this is boring. Well, if this is boring, mate, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, buddy. I'm not particularly here to be entertaining, you know. I mean, I'm just doing my thing. If you guys want to watch, that's cool. If you don't have to. I'm not forcing you to. Jane the Creative, hi again from the rival Hobart Moleskine buyer. Hey, the new painting looks awesome. Well, thank you. I did manage to get... I finally got my order of the bigger Moleskine in. Took a long time. Have I drawn anything in it? What's that? Oh yeah, I've drawn a little bit, but not much. I'm trying to finish my other one first. Do you have any personal projects you're working on? Not at the moment. I mean, this is pretty much it for the moment. I'd like to get this finished. I think in the end it's gonna be I think I'm going to be pretty proud of getting this done. And be good to see it in print. I'd like to get back into writing my story. I just haven't brought myself to do it. But eventually. Oh, the factory, the Moleskine factory is temporarily closed? Seriously? Wow. That sucks. Well, I'm really glad I got that book then. It should last me a while, so I should be good. Yeah, look, I haven't been posting a lot on Instagram and stuff, but I've been really busy with the Summoner Wars job. That's kept me very busy, and I just did another job recently. I might be able to show you something, maybe sneakily. I'm probably not supposed to show you, but I could probably show you just a snippet. Just a snippet. Let's jump in here and I'll show you this lady. That's all I'm going to show you. I'm not going to explain anything, but there you go. That's for a new job that I finished recently. Lots of work in that one. Yeah, I can show you some Summoner Wars stuff. I haven't really posted much of these. Miss Goosebans, welcome in. I'm new here and your art is godlike. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, look, I had a good time with these. Bit of a challenge. Anyway, let's get back to this giant because I would like to get him done. Where am I? Where am I? Nope, not there. In here. Here we go. Hello from Chicago, Roberto. Welcome in. Miss Ghost Pants, you'll flatter me so much. I appreciate it. Hello, Sophia. Welcome in. Aaron Houston, do you work primarily on your iPad? I do these days, yeah. I've been using my iPad for about 4 years. Don't use anything else, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I need to remember what inking brush I used. I don't think I used this one. I think it's okay though, we'll use that one. Roberto, I would say Google. Google and Pinterest are great for finding references. Also, I was wondering if at some point maybe we could do some reference drawings of just poses and gesture drawings and stuff like that. Maybe you guys could pick the pose that we do. If you're interested in something like that, let me know, because I think it could be kind of fun and very challenging, mind you. Fox Jace, hey, welcome in. Just discovered you and picked up your brush pack. Absolutely love them. Any plans for a second pack? We get a lot of questions about this. This is good. Yep, I do plan on releasing another one, but it's not ready yet. I need to make more brushes. I have about six new brushes. I think there's a little bit of pressure because everybody loved the first one so much, and I just don't want to let you guys down. You know, I could be a one-hit wonder with these brushes, which, you know, that's okay, I guess. I don't mind, but yeah, I just want to be super happy with them before I release anything out into the wild. Miss Ghost Pants, I've been struggling with shading and I'm trying to find a shading technique. How do you usually shade and light? Well, if we stick around, you know, it's possible I might get to that stage today. It's a process. It depends what part you're struggling with. I'd be curious to know if you can tell me kind of like what part you're struggling with. I might be able to help. This is actually called liquid ink, this one. So it's just a modified liquid pencil, which was in the previous set. But this is what I've been using for all my Summoner Wars work now. Anna, yes, I am on DeviantArt, but I haven't used it for years, so it'd be extremely outdated. Like, I'd be scared to actually look at it. I really would. Oh god, what's going on here? Miss Ghost Pants, in general, like, how do you make the lighting and shading more dramatic or semi-realistic, since I draw in a cartoony style? How do you make it more dramatic or semi-realistic? I guess probably just think about your light sources and generally have a couple. You have a primary light source and maybe a secondary light source as well. That can make it look a little bit more realistic. Probably as well with your shadows, don't just choose a darker color of what the shadow is on. Kind of add a little bit of a hue variation as well. That can add a little bit more realism or interest to the piece. Yeah. Just play around with colors as well. That's the best I got answer for you at the moment, without getting into it. Yeah, purple shading. It's a go-to for sure. I'm not the best with color theory, but especially with these, I generally just use a multiply layer and then use a purplish hue, just for the fact that it's quick. But you know, there's a lot more you can do with color. Fox Chase says, I was drawn to your stuff because your art style is similar to how I've always tried to draw. Do you have any artists that excel in this style that you want to shout out? Not really. Nothing comes to mind. Actually, Cheeks, Sean Galloway, Cheeks, he's fucking amazing, excuse my language. He's really good. Let me show you some of his stuff. I really like the way he shapes his characters. See if I can grab. Actually, we'll do it on here. I'm sure he won't mind me doing a bit of a shout out here. Instagram. Sean Galloway. I don't know how to spell his name. I typed it wrong. Oh my god, okay, here we go. Sorry, here we go. Okay, he's not posting on this account anymore, but here we go. Let's go to his new account. No. There we go. Yeah, this guy's work is really cool. I love how he does characters, and his poses, and yeah, he's really good. So there you go, there's a shout out to Mr. Cheeks. Ooh, you got pizza, Roberto. Awesome. Welcome back, Miss Ghost Pants. His stuff is sick. Totally. Just look for Sean Galloway or Cheeks. His nickname is Cheeks. There you go. Yeah, I've been following his work for a long time. Like, I think I met him once too. He wouldn't remember, but I did buy his book at San Diego Comic-Con, I think. Back in the day when we could travel. Yeah, Cheeks. And he would name his... I love the titles of his sketchbooks are always like Spread the Cheeks and things like that. It's kind of funny. Oh, Jason. You've got a book to send me. Well, I appreciate that. You can just DM me somewhere, yeah. Send me a DM on Twitter and I should be able to... We'll talk there. Alright, this is taking ages. But, you know, it's kind of what happens with a stream. It does take longer than usual. One thing I am going to try and do a little bit more is keep zoomed out when I'm working. I have such a bad habit of zooming right in, and it is kind of detrimental because you don't see the full picture of what you're doing. But I generally do it because you have more control over the line when you're zoomed in. But it slows you down. It's not particularly helpful. But it feels more comfortable, I think, for me to do that. So that's kind of why I do it. But especially when you're sketching, it really helps to keep zoomed out, so you can see everything that you're doing. Oh, and that's true. We can do that. Where is it? We can do this, but I find it's not really for me. It kind of just gets in the way. But we could leave it there. No, I don't like it. Go away. You guys know pizza is my favorite food, right? Yeah, flipping the drawing. I haven't been doing that with this piece. I probably should have done that. Ah. This really is kind of like porn music, isn't it? Next. Maria, welcome in. Watching you draw and listening to this great music makes me want to get in the groove to draw myself, but I love your style so much I don't want to miss anything. You're not missing too much, I'm just slowly making lines. That's it. I definitely encourage you all to draw. Do your thing. Well, we're slowly making progress. There's no rules particularly, just whatever looks good. General rule is if something's really close to the viewer, you'd have a really thick line. But yeah, I've had that question before and I can't really explain it too well. I just go by eye and whatever looks right to me in terms of line thickness, because having it thicker if it's towards the camera really doesn't come into my artwork too much, because my artwork is not really always very dynamic. Yeah. Couple of berries there. Miles, still using the XP pen backstand. I remember you using it a while back on stream. Yeah, I was using it for a while until I got the this case stand. Oh, you like my face cam? I appreciate that, Tammy. I think I look better in black and white, to be honest. So that's what we're doing. I'm trying to keep the inking a little bit loose here for a couple of reasons, but One of them is I want to get through this in a decent amount of time, and I just don't want it to be too tight. Don't forget, if you do have questions, make sure that you put an @ symbol and then my username, Abel Art, and it will be highlighted and it's much easier to see. Any benefits of using the iPad Pro other than screen size? You mean the iPad Pro as opposed to other iPads? It's got a better chipset. I don't know the technical stuff about it, to be quite honest with you, but it will run faster. You can make bigger canvases with more layers in Procreate, so that is definitely a plus. Yeah, it'll just run better. You can do more things. So I definitely recommend getting an iPad Pro. But it depends on your budget, really. Amanda Langford, what are you using to stream your iPad screen? I'm sorry for everybody who might get annoyed at me answering questions, the same question all the time. Should I do that? I don't know. Like, it's a good question and I want people to know how to do these things, but I also don't want to repeat myself too much. But basically, you plug it into your iMac or a Mac computer, and then you open QuickTime, and you make a new movie recording, and then you get to choose the device that you want to record from, and you just choose your iPad. And then you use a streaming software like OBS or something like that, and you can select a portion of your screen, and then you just choose the portion that your iPad's being displayed on. So that's basically it. I think if you type in that question in Google, I reckon you'll find a tutorial or something on how to do it. I'm pretty sure that's what I did, so... Charles, do you plan on getting any more tattoos? I would like to. I haven't made any plans to, because I don't know what I want, but I'm kind of getting sick of my own tattoos, and they just need to be filled with other things around them. Jeez, it's getting windy outside. But yeah, so definitely do want to do that sometime. But I don't know what I want yet, so kind of got to figure that out first. Alright, we are making slow progress, but we're getting there. I do think it's almost time for coffee though. Kevin, welcome in. Kevin says, how do you get better at line work? Practice, and depends what kind of line work that you want. I like to be somewhat controlled with my line work, but I do like to be a bit more looser than I used to be. You probably can't tell, but yeah, for me, I like confident lines personally. So it's all about having confidence, and the only way to get confidence is just by doing something for a long time. So make as many lines as you can. That's my advice. Roberto, does Sketchbook Pro run on the iPad? I haven't heard anyone talk about using that program. It does. I don't think I have it on here. I'm pretty happy just working in Procreate. Yeah, I think there's a iPad app for that. I used to use it back in the day with my Cintiq. Actually really loved their some of their tools that they had, like the ruler. There would actually be a ruler that would go onto the screen and you could move it and then just draw. It was good. Good morning, Brandon. Welcome in. Yeah, it is weird that I haven't taken a proper coffee break. How long have we been streaming for? Oh my goodness, an hour and 40 minutes. Okay. I think I will take a 10-minute break, and then we'll jump right in again. What do you say? And while I do that, I might give you guys a video to watch. Let's have a look what we've got here. You guys have probably seen all my videos before, but rather than put the stream down, I figure we'll just do this. We don't want ads though. goodness. Oops.
Hey everyone, I wanted to show
Oh,
you
God. It's myself talking. I don't want that. Alright, guys. I will be back. I'm going to go get some coffee and have a quick break. And then we will come back and we'll continue this and try and get this guy finished. So thanks so much for watching so far. It is very much appreciated. Where is OBS? Where have you gone? There you are. So yes. See you guys soon. Be patient. I will be back. Okay, bye.
Or on anything else. Yeah. But I do. You know, I do my digital work and everything. But yeah, so these are my personal sketchbooks. I use these. I've been drawing in them for a couple of years now. This is probably my second or third book that I've filled. Excuse me. And I have a couple that are sort of still in progress because they're for certain projects. But yeah, I also got back recently into drawing with my red Colorays pencils. I haven't used these for ages. I used to use them all the time for everything, and I think I burnt myself out on them, so that I went back to just plain old graphite pencils, and that's what I've been doing for ages. But I kind of just wanted to use something different this morning, so that's what I kind of started sketching with. So yeah, this morning I drew the troll character on the little hill you can see at the top of the sketchbook. He's not really a particular character that I know anything about. He kind of just popped in my head this morning, and I needed to draw him out, so I did. Yeah, because I'm trying to draw every day now. I'm going to be getting up at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm going to be drawing until 7:30. So, you know, you'd be surprised actually what you can get done in an hour. I actually did this whole double page spread in an hour, except for the portrait that you're watching me draw now. So yeah, I mean, that's a pretty awesome way to start your day, is just dedicate a little bit of time if you can. You know, if you've got a full-time job, just get up a little bit earlier, grab a cup of tea or coffee, sit down and just draw something. It doesn't even matter what it is. And that's basically where this guy came from. I don't know who he is, he's kind of pointless, but the fact is that I was drawing, and that really is the main objective, right? And you never know what kind of ideas he might spawn. He might turn into something more important than just a sketch in my sketchbook. But anyway, he was pretty fun to do, so I wanted to just draw him again. This whole video actually happened because I just wanted to test out my setup, because I haven't really filmed much traditional things for a while, and I really wanted to. So I set the cameras up and just started testing. And then time just kind of clicked on over, and I finished this guy's little portrait. So instead of it just going in the bin, I thought I would share it with you. And this can hopefully be the first of many traditional videos. Yeah, I don't think I have much else to say, but I had a great time, and I look forward to doing this again. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.
Alright guys, I am back. Thanks for waiting. Here we go. I have coffee. Thanks guys. This video is from the 22nd of February 2020, so it's pretty old. Excuse me. All right. Mistakes are all part of the process, guys. Just got to roll with it. Okay. Back to it, hey? What do you reckon? But talking about sketching with coloured pencils, like I said before, I use Prismacolor Colorays, and they're specifically designed to... What happened to my music? I don't know if you can see this. They have an eraser on the end, so yeah, they're designed to be erasable. Not completely erasable, but enough to work with, so. Alright, let's see if we can get just a little bit more inking done. Can't forget his little, it's quite big, his big scar across his chest and belly here. Hadley Fletcher, welcome in. Did you do any anatomy studies when you first started drawing figures and fantasy characters? Not really. I mean, I started out drawing from comic books, but I also did like a little bit of a short course, an illustration course, and we had life drawing classes. And they really helped a lot. But apart from that, no, I probably haven't done as many studies as I probably should have. Mostly just trial and error. But I do recommend taking some life drawing classes if you can. They are extremely valuable. You can learn so much. And that's one thing that I'm hoping to try and get back into this year, because there's some life drawing classes where I live, and I've been meaning to go to some for so long and I've never got around to doing it, but this year I'm going to do it. It'd also be really nice to meet like-minded people too, so. But also, I mentioned earlier that maybe we could do some figure studies on stream. I think that'd be really fun to do that. Poetry the Best says, I think the figure study streams would be fun and it would be a good way to get people to practice. Yeah, I think so. I also have a Discord channel that I've made, but I haven't shown anyone yet, so I think that would be a good place that we could all kind of contribute our sketches together. But I haven't really decided if I want to do a Patreon only Discord channel or open it up for everybody. So these are some things I need to figure out. Yeah, Patreon's hard at the moment for people because it is hard at the moment for people financially, so I totally understand that. You also need to tell people about your Patreon and website. Yeah, I'm not the best at promoting myself, especially on stream. I'm actually on a hiatus from Patreon at the moment, but it will be coming back at some point. Previously, the rewards for Patreon was a digital sketchbook every month, which collects all the artwork that I've done, and I add lots of notes and stuff. And yeah, so I've been doing that for about 4 or 5 years or something. And we also do a printed version as well for the higher tier people. But I need to sort of rethink it a little bit. Like, I've been doing the same thing on Patreon for quite a while, so I just want to give it a bit more thought. See if I can kind of refresh what I do there. Okay, I'm not going to bother inking much more than this because it's all going to be hidden. So I think we are just going to finish up in a minute. Oh, Poetry says some artists have 2 Discords, one for patrons and one for everyone else, but I don't know if that would fit. That would be too much for you, so definitely take the time to think about it. Yeah, I think that might be a bit too much. Too much to manage, I think. I'm sort of leaning towards opening it up for everybody. I think that would be really nice, and it would be much more active if I did that. I don't really know how Discord works too much, but if it's possible to have like a channel within that Discord just for patrons, I think that would work. Alright, we're getting there. We're almost done. Okay, maybe a bit of dark in here. That was a bit of an effort, wasn't it? But we got there. Thanks, Poetry. Appreciate it. Alright. HKABC111. I am using Procreate on the iPad. Alright, let's get some flats down here. Welcome in, Tyler. Mari asks, how long have you been drawing? A long time. Because I'm getting old. Well, I've been drawing since I was a little kid, really. And I am turning... I've forgotten how old I am. How terrible is that? I think I'm turning 38 this year. This is what 2020 has done to me. It's like, I can't even remember how old I am now. Everything's a blur. But I started working sort of professionally when I was about 18. So yeah, a little while, you know. I think about 17 years or something. Probably should be better than I am, considering. That's alright. Yeah, you know you're old when you forget how old you are. I'm pretty sure I'm turning 38. Bloody hell. That's just sad, isn't it? Oh crap. What have I done? Ah, close the gap. Never forget to close the gap, people. Nope, still didn't close the gap. There it is. 1, 2. That's better. Yeah, I think this guy's gonna look pretty cool. I always like adding a solid color because it just brings it all together and makes it look much more real. Gets me a bit excited. But going back to talking about Discord, does anybody else subscribe to other artists' Discord kind of things? And what do they do on Discord? I'd be curious because the only thing I can think of is like if we do a group activity where we can all kind of draw together and you guys can post your artwork in there and we can all kind of look at what everybody does. I think that'd be pretty cool. But what else could we do with the Discord? I don't know. So if you've got any suggestions about what we could do on Discord, I'd be very curious to know. Blood Warfare says, Abel, what's your inspiration for art? Because it's incredible. It reminds me a lot of Spiderwick. Spiderwick is very cool. Tony Ditrolizzi. Tony is actually a really good artist, so he's definitely one of my inspirations. Yeah, pretty much just these days I just follow a whole bunch of artists on Instagram. That's pretty much where I get my inspiration from. Movies, music, not so much comic books anymore, unfortunately. There still isn't many comic books that I'm very excited about. I love Becky Cloonan's artwork, so please go check out Becky Cloonan. She is really, really good. I would like to get some of her work in print. I don't actually own anything from her, but I should do that. Poetry says some people just have chill lounges for people to talk, channels for people to stream. Also, I don't know if you saw above, but there is a way to only give people with certain roles access to certain channels. So if you make a Patreon role, they would have access to Patreon channels. Ah, that is really cool. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that's a thing you can do. I think I'm going to be doing that for sure. Same thing you're doing, you can do live. People can talk to you, each other, and everything you just mentioned. Sweet. Thanks, Matthew. Alright, well, hopefully in the next couple of weeks I can get that set up. And maybe we'll do some live streams of figure drawing. Could be pretty good. Reggie's gonna cut his leg off like that. It's okay. Now I have absolutely no idea what colour to do him. I have not thought that far ahead. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what colour to do this guy. Got any suggestions? Let me know. Welcome in, Regina. Poetry says, sometimes there are also monthly or weekly challenges where artists follow a prompt or they team up with other artists and draw something. That's cool. I like that idea too. Let's just rename this. Ink flats. How many layers do we have left? Let's have a look here. We have three layers. That's tight. That's really tight. Gonna have to do all the flats on one layer, I think. Might actually move these guys up here. And so there we go. Coming along. Greens and brown tones. Yeah, that could work. I can always change it down the track anyway to fit in with everything else. Pale green? Yeah, possibly. Hello from Brazil, welcome in. First of all, I think I'm going to get these vines in here. Let's speed this up with a bit of colour fill technique. Yeah, Anna, that's what I was thinking as well, the greens and browns. So while he would look good with green and brown, it might clash with the forest tree elemental. So I don't know. Might have to do him a sort of a greeny blue kind of colour, maybe. Will he not be the same tones as the rest of the characters, or are you wanting him a different colour from those closest to the fire? Well, the way I coloured all of those guys, I'm not sure if you saw earlier, but basically it's kind of a filter that I put on top of everyone to bring them all together. I'm probably going to change all that anyway. But the way I kind of work is to do their kind of local colours and then manipulate them to suit the scene that they're in. That's kind of just the way my brain works. I'm not sure if that's the correct way to do things, but yeah. So we'll do him whatever colour we think he is, and then we'll change him to kind of match the scene depending on the lighting and whatnot. Tammy says, Abel, I know it's pretty late in Australia, so how messed up is your sleep schedule? Actually, it's only 2:41 PM, so I'm feeling fine. My sleep schedule is probably not that great at the moment, because I'm kind of staying up a little bit late and reading in bed. So yeah, you know, it's a Sunday. I kind of woke up at 9 o'clock, a bit late. Haven't really done too much today. I had breakfast, I went for a walk, and then just jumped on here. But I'm gonna have to wrap up before 4 o'clock. So we've probably got another hour. We could probably keep going. I was wondering if we should split the stream in two and maybe jump on Twitch. I don't know. You guys, I'd probably lose a lot of viewers if I did end the stream and transfer to Twitch, but I did an Instagram poll, like, where should we stream? Let's have another look. It was pretty close. Let's have a look here. It was 42% of the poll said Twitch and 58% said YouTube. So YouTube won, that's why we're here. But that's still a lot of people saying Twitch was good. So I wish the poll was like, you know, maybe 10% said Twitch or whatever. And then I wouldn't be quite so conflicted on where to stream. But I do recommend jumping over to Twitch at twitch.tv/abelart and giving me a follow there, because I do just jump on sometimes and I don't really even announce it. So if you do want to catch future streams, make sure you subscribe to the channel, here on YouTube, click the bell as well. I think you'll get notifications. And maybe I can type in the Twitch channel in here. Let's have a look. Twitch.tv/AbelArt. I don't know if that works, but it doesn't look like a link, does it? I'm not sure. Ooh. I think my computer would probably have an absolute fit if I streamed to both at once, to be honest. But the good thing is if I do stream on Twitch, I can download the recording and then upload it on YouTube, so you can still watch it, it just won't be live. That's the only problem. Alright, we got the vines in. What's next? Kind of need to just figure out his colours, don't we? Oops. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. That'll contrast quite good with the brown and really separate those two. So I think I got lucky with those colours. What do you guys think? I will be changing it to suit the scene, so don't stress about that. That is going to change. I kind of dig it. Oh, Echo J, well welcome in. I'm sorry you missed the notification. Jordan didn't get a notification either. Well, double check that you've clicked the bell icon on the main channel. Hopefully that works. Okay, I'm kind of happy with that. Let's merge that down. And probably, I don't know what color to do these, but his little thingy-bobs, his bumps. I don't know what color to do his bumps. Let's just do a couple in here and then we'll change the color. Oops. Welcome in, Chris Carter. Excuse me. Marie, do you have any advice for anyone who's new to digital art? I would say don't be too intimidated. Just experiment and try, because I'm not new to digital art either. I've been doing it for a long time. But even when I first started getting into Procreate, which was about 4 or 5 years ago, it took me quite a long time to find how I liked to do things, and getting to know a new software can be really intimidating, and it can be really hard, but it just takes a long time to get comfortable and to know what brushes you like to use and how to use the program. So I had the iPad for like about a year and a half, and all I would really do was just kind of sketch in it. I wasn't really happy with my finished work, my colors or my inks. I wasn't happy with any of them. But it took a client job called Crystal Clans. I did start that job in Photoshop, but eventually I switched, for some reason, to Procreate, and that allowed me to do over 100 full color illustrations in Procreate, and yeah, it was good. Just doing that amount of work in a program just really makes you much more comfortable and confident, so just stick with it. Chris Carter says, is there a layer limit in Procreate? Does it start to lag with too many layers? Procreate is designed so that it shouldn't lag, and which is why there is a limit on how many layers you can have, but it depends how big your canvas size is. So this one is particularly huge for the iPad. It's about 8,000 by 5,000 pixels or something, which is a little bit too large really for working on the iPad, but this is the exception. There's a lot going on. Alright, let's figure out what we're doing here. Ooh. I like that. We're going to go with this for the moment. I can always change them later. So yeah, this canvas is really huge, and I only have a couple of layers to work with now. But it's not too bad, you know. Like, there's ways around it. I think we just take for granted that in Photoshop we can have as many layers as we want. But the question is, do you really need that many layers? I don't think you do. But I guess it depends what you're doing. But anyway, thanks for joining me, everyone. Really appreciate it. It's really good to be streaming again, and being productive. It's good. It's good for the soul. I did want to ask you guys, in terms of the Procreate brushes, and I probably will put a poll on Instagram and stuff about this. I'm curious what kind of brushes that you're looking for, because I generally want to make brushes that I want to use, but I am curious, is there a kind of brush that you can't find out in the world wide web? Because I feel like everything's kind of been done already, and that's kind of where I'm struggling a little bit to make new brushes. Like, what can I offer that isn't already out there, you know? There's plenty of like watercolor brushes already out there. Max Packs has created some amazing watercolor brushes. So, you know, while I'd like to, it's like, can I do them better than him? I don't know, probably not. So yeah, I guess I probably will just try and create some brushes that I feel like I will use. It's pretty much what I did with the first brush set, so. But I am curious what you guys would like. I'll put a poll out there. We'll find out. I think we'll change the music. Let's put the fantasy stream on. Patrick. Patrick says he wants a decent Copic marker brush. I'm totally there with you, man. And I have tried to replicate it. I should try again, but it's hard. Like, I love using markers as well. I haven't used them for quite a while now, but I can't replicate them. They're like one of a kind, you know? I've managed to replicate sort of an ink wash kind of thing, but markers are hard. But yeah, I guess that's something that I don't feel like exists. I haven't seen any marker brushes that really seem like the real thing, so if I could master that, that'd be pretty sweet, and that's something I would get excited about. So thank you for that suggestion. Poetry says textured inking brushes that you did really good with that. Yeah, see, I've done quite a few inking brushes already, so I think I might be exhausting my limit with inking brushes. So that's why I got to kind of think a bit more outside of the box. Like, what else do people want? Maybe different kind of texture brushes and things like that. Vinicius. Good night. Thanks for joining. Tyler says liners are always helpful. What do you mean by liners? Curious. Not quite sure what you mean. Oh, Patrick says the sloppy ink brush is his go-to brush. Thanks, man. I was really quite proud of that brush. I want to play with it now. I should use it more often. I haven't used it for a long time. Where's my sloppy ink? The sloppy ink, let's pop it up. Actually, delete that. This took me so long to figure out how to do this. How to get the ink splatter to just come out randomly. Took me so bloody long. But it's one thing I'm very, very proud of that actually works, you know. I don't particularly like the smudging. There was one thing I couldn't do, like I wanted the smudge to just be the ink splatter, which it kind of is, but it does get that sort of annoying line there as well, and I could not get rid of that. But apart from that, I'm very happy with it. It's a dual brush. So we go in here, it's actually, you can see two brushes on the top left there. One is just the regular ink kind of brush, and the other is the splatter, and there's some very, very specific settings to actually get it to work, and yeah, it took me ages to figure it out. Whoops. Anyway, let's get back to this. Thanks, Normal. MR Normal. Acrylic gouache brush would be unique. I was experimenting with some painting brushes and just painting a painting style in general, so that is something I should add in there, I think, as well. Let's have a look here. I can probably show you what I was working on. You might have seen it already. So this is kind of a painting style I was kind of dabbling with, and I'm just gonna have to try and find what brush I was using. Oh boy. It's all over the place in here. They're all experimental. It could have been this one. Nope, not that one. I don't know if it was that one either. Tilt paint. I don't know, I can't remember. But he was fun though. I should figure out what brush I used so I can continue working on that. And then there was this as well. It's different for me. It's kind of hard. This is a bit messy, but I was just experimenting with that one. Oops, wrong one. Brad Ziegler says, it sounds like you're using a screen protector that gives it a paper texture. When I use my iPad, I don't hear that at all. That's probably because you're not using the screen protector that I am. It's called Paperlike, and I highly recommend it. I don't think I would want to go back to just drawing on the glass surface again. Yeah, very happy with the Paperlike. It feels good. It feels so much better. It's not for everybody. Some people I've talked to just don't like it. And I don't really believe it causes any problems as such. Yeah, it does feel much more natural. Yep, never go back. Okay, 1 second. Poetry says maybe you could make inking brushes for colouring, like how your brushes with any colour will look black or dark grey, but you could make some so that the colours stay the same. I'm not sure I'm following that. Like now your brushes with any colour will look black or dark grey, but you can make some so that the colours stay the same. I'm not sure I follow. Do you mean so that I don't have to change the line color, or it changes automatically or something? I don't know. Thanks for following, Glampo. Okay, so just experimenting with the, what do you call it? The color dynamics. Yeah, that's something I could give it a shot. Okay. Oh gosh, this is taking a while. I may have to leave soon, which is unfortunate because I would have liked to have gotten this finished. Maybe we can speed it up a little bit. Let's do his arm wraps here. I think any brush that would speed up my process in certain ways would definitely be handy. Things that make things easier is definitely a good thing. Yeah, this one has taken a bit longer than I thought it would have. How long have we been streaming for? 2 hours and 44 minutes. Oh my gosh. That's okay. Good night, mate. Thanks for joining. I don't know how to say your name. I'm so bad with names. I'm terrible. Oops. Oh my goodness. What just happened? Yeah, it does take a while to do this, but it'll be worth it in the end. Once I get all these characters finished, you know, it's probably going to take me quite a while. It could take me months before I finish this damn thing. But I could have just abandoned it and worked on other things, but I think it'll be a really satisfying feeling to finish this. And to have not given up on it, so... Riley asks, how did I find my style? Just being influenced by a whole bunch of different artists over a long amount of time, and your style changes. It evolves. And it's never completely set. It will continue to change over the years, I think. Because you do get bored with how things look, and when things become fresh and different, it gets you reinvested and excited about things again. So things will always change and develop. Hopefully I can get these flat colours finished before I have to leave. I don't want to have to leave, but I have someone dropping my dog back, so it'll be a bit of an interruption. Oops. Oh wow. I didn't know you could do that. I'm using the color fill and the selection tool, and you can change the color on the fly. Okay then, I didn't know you could do that. Well, it's not really what I wanted to do, but yeah. I will, Anna. I will say hi to Goose. Definitely think we should do the figure drawing streams. I'm going to set that up because it'll be a much more fun and interactive stream rather than just kind of watching me do this and kind of ramble here and there. Maybe we can think of some other things we could do as well. Alright, how's that looking? Not too bad. Oops. Let's try and fiddle with some colors here. See if we can change this. That's kind of cool. I like that. A bit more muted, grey kind of colours. I'm thinking this kind of makes him look a little bit more angry too, which is good, I think. I don't know. You can't see the color variation much now that I've changed that, so let's see if we can paint in some reds. There it is kind of pinkish, but kind of makes him look crazy angry. I like that. I have a feeling somebody's going to turn up at my doorstep at any point in time. Right. Anna says maybe the pinky reds in the little areas like tops of shoulders and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. It's a bit tricky, isn't it? Let's adjust these levels a little bit. I'm very indecisive about this. Alright, what do you reckon, guys? Green or red? Pink, purple, whatever you want to call it. Mary says, did you go to any art schools? I went to a college for 2 years and did a diploma of illustration a long time ago. That's all I've done. Echo likes green. I like green too. He stands out a lot more, that's for sure. I am going to have the forest element, that's true. He's going to be mostly brown. Let's pop the sketch back on. Where is that sketch? There it is. He's going to be mostly brown. Let's just go with that. I think it will look good actually with some highlights from the campfire. Let's do those right now. Oh, actually, can we change this? Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Kind of like that. Although his scar needs to be pink again. Okay, I think we're going to go for that. And I think that wraps up my stream because I'm going to have a visitor soon and my dog's coming home. So I may jump back on. I'll have a think about it afterwards. It would be cool to get him finished. Maybe I'll jump back on Twitch to finish him up. So I'll be in touch, guys. I'll let you guys know via Instagram is the best way to know what I'm up to. Thank you so much for joining me here today. It's been really fun. I'm glad that we got him done. Let's look at his video replay while we're here. Where are we? There we go. So we did some sketching. And we did some inking. And we did some colouring. So we did all the things. We just didn't get to rendering and line colours, but yeah. I'll jump back on Twitch later, I guess, and we'll finish it up. Thanks again. You guys have been really good company. I enjoy answering all your questions and just hanging out. So thank you. Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, Poetry. Thanks, Lizeth. Thank you, Abby, Echo, Patrick, Riley, Mr. Norwell, all you guys. You've been great. See you guys next time. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye.